This is a big trip, lots at stake as he leaves the country. What do we expect?
Absolutely. It's a big geopolitical week, obviously, in this part of the world. You mentioned that Taiwan report, that report from Reuters. Obviously, that adds to some headwinds for Chinese-listed stocks in the United States. A lot of different things that are going to be happening this week could test those ADRs, whether it's the audit potentially beginning in Hong Kong. Also, of course, anything that comes out, any news that comes out of this summit tomorrow in Uzbekistan between Xi and Putin will have an impact on markets. Keep in mind, back in February, obviously, when the Ukraine war began, Chinese stocks did see a sell-off because of that so-called no-limits partnership that Xi and Putin just weeks earlier had solidified. And there was concern, of course, that China could then be facing other sanctions from the United States because of its potential indirect connection to that war in Ukraine. Now, anything that comes out of this summit between Xi and Putin in Uzbekistan could have a similar type of impact. Obviously, for Putin, he needs China's support. Perhaps the war, according to many calculations, is not going as planned. And for Xi Jinping, he is again steadfastly sticking to this plan of decentralizing Western institutions and creating a narrative from a Chinese perspective. Keep in mind, he's also going to be going very soon to the G20 in Bali, as well as APEC in Bangkok. Those institutions, he will not be able to necessarily set the agenda. With Vladimir Putin, those two gentlemen will be able to set the agenda tomorrow in Uzbekistan and control the narrative. It's a very sensitive time as well domestically for Xi Jinping, because it is extremely rare, if ever it has happened, for a Chinese president, the head of the Communist Party, to head abroad so close to a party Congress. Perhaps he feels he has already solidified his domestic support, and he sees some urgency needed in this meeting with Putin.